Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the Black Tiger Miner Crypto News Network, or the BTM Crypto News Network. In this video, we're talking about ZBEC. So let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. We were with ZBEC, which is ZBCN, since it was ZBC. I remember somebody told me to buy the ZBC and you can exchange for ZBCN. And I'm so glad I did that. So that was just some background. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you are in, how long you been in ZBCN, and what do you think about it? So I do know ZBCN is a payroll company that will let you get your payroll checks streamed to you using crypto. So instead of using your check and waiting for a payment, theoretically, they will be able to stream you your check. I want to say it's by the hour, but I have to go back and check and look at the information to see how exactly they pay you with streaming. But I think you can actually get paid by the hour. I don't know if you'd actually want to pay someone by the hour. I think you'd want to do at least a day or maybe half a day or something, just to make sure they keep working. But let's turn on the spotlight and see what we can see. So this is crypto data space, and he's saying, what is ZBEC network? So this is what is ZBEC network? And that's weird. Why is the comment showing there? That's weird. Hey, it's supposed to be some kind of little beta thing with the show comments on the stage, and it does not appear to be doing that. But either way it go, what up, Alfred? What's going on, brother? So let's see here. What is ZBEC network? ZBCN, discover the future of finance infrastructure. So this is as a digital age transforms the global systems, financial systems, decentralized DeFi finance. DeFi continues to reshape traditional banking structures. Among the standout blockchain uh, based projects leading this evolution is ZBCN, a protocol offering a groundbreaking solution in real time payments and decentralized finance. But what exactly is the ZBEC network? How does ZBEC, sorry, or ZBCN tokens work? And why is it considered a pivotal to the future of finance? This is what is the ZBEC network, a blockchain powered financial protocol designed to facilitate real time continuous payments at its core, enabling both individuals and businesses execute financial transactions on a per second basis. That's what I'm talking about. This allows for salary, service payments, and invoices to be processed with unprecedented speed and transparency, redefining how value moves across the borders. Originally launched on Solana blockchain, ZBEC quickly leveraged Solana's high throughput and low fees to gain traction over the protocol, expanded to integrate with Ethereum, Binance Chain, near base, and evolving in a truly multi-chain infrastructure. This adaptability significantly boosted its scalability or user reach. At the heart of the ZBEC ecosystem lies the ZBCN token. More than a digital asset, it is a utility and governance token that powers the network. In 2024, ZBEC rebranded its original ZBC token to ZBCN, move aimed to expanding use cases and reinforcing its decentralized governance. Use cases of ZBEC or ZBCN token, transaction fees, all on-chain operations with ZBEC ecosystem are processed using the ZBCN optimized efficiency and minimizing gas fees. Staking the ZBEC token holders can stake their ZBCN to contribute to network security and earn passive income through staking rewards. And as a rule of thumb, I generally don't do staking just to be on the safe side, but you never know. But I've known people who staked Ethereum and the staking company went out of business and they lost their Ethereum. Bro, I would be big mad if I staked my anything and it went out of business and you lost it. I would be looking for them fools straight up. Um, Covenant's ZBCN holders have voting rights on proposals related to protocol development, upgrades, and community initiatives. Collateralization, ZBCN can be used as collateral within ZBEC's decentralized financial products. Features of the ZBEC network, real-time payment streaming. That's what I was talking about earlier. One of ZBEC's most revolutionary features is its time-based payment model, allowing users to stream payments second by second. This paradigm is particularly transformative for freelancers, service providers, and decentralized organizations, DAOs, enabling streamless, transparent, and dynamic compensation. ZBEC payment cards to bridge crypto with real world spending. ZBEC offers a silver and black card. Put a fire emoji in the chat if you got the ZBEC silver or black card. The cards instantly convert digital assets to fiat, allowing users to send crypto across Visa and MasterCard supported merchants in over 138 countries. What? It represents a major step forward everyday crypto utilities. Wow, you can stream uh, payments to the Visa and MasterCard. These guys got it on lock. Need to go ahead and pick some more of this up. This is not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. Robert Coleman, been buying since February 00085. Yeah, bro, I got in before February. I bought it last year and it was ZBC. Then they had the swap where you could swap it over. Oh boy. Robert, why don't you let your boy hold about a couple of mil won ZBCN? You got 8 mil won. Why don't you throw your boy a couple mil? Just kidding. Let me see. Why is this thing said it's supposed to be? Maybe you gotta close the chat, maybe? Oh, there it is. Wow. It's actually working. It's weird. You can barely freaking see it. Let me see. Been buying since February, holding 8 million ZBCN. Got in February 2. Glad I did. LOL. All right, XRPG and Robert Coleman. Definitely good to have got in early. DPN and physical infrastructure beyond the digital realm. ZBEC is actively deploying ZBEC POS devices, point-of-sale terminals to enable physical payments in retail environments. This move reflects ZBEC's commitment to merging blockchain innovation with real-world application, enhancing accessibility for merchants and consumers alike. So let's see here. Let's go over to Twitter X. Don't forget to sign up for the BTM Crypto News Network. Super bullish on ZBEC Network. So this is It's weird. Why is the live stream not on here? Oh, it is on here. I'm tripping. Um, I totally sold some XRP to buy more. You're kidding me. You are kidding me. You sell XRP to buy ZBIC? No, no. Let me put my XRP hat on because I think they have a partnership. Actually, got to switch my hat on that note. We might have to drop a couple of XRP tokens to buy some ZBIC. It's not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. I saw all my little XRP or ZBCN 2 for real. Oh no, I might have to I don't know, I might have to sell my XRP hat and get a ZBCN. I don't know. So this is ZBCN's making big bubbles now on the weekly. ZBCN wants more 0025 and climbing. ZBCN has a lot of hype right now, and I'm all here for it. But God dang it, do not forget about XCN negative. I hate when somebody shields you on something and then switches the freaking coin. Uh ZBCN might see 4 straight green candles in a row. We are warming up for a massive breakout. Really? Really? That's interesting. Um, ZBCN to $1 this year. ZBCN pushing back up again. This is key takeaways from Uphold ZBM Spaces. Ripple ZBN talk confirm. We're in talks with Ripple about potential products we're working on together. ZBN, what XRP could have been. ZBN's revolutionary XRP would have taken without legal baggage. Uphold validates ZBCN utility. We only list tokens that solve problems. ZBEC does. I'm tripping. Payroll market 10 trillion plus. Adoption growing fast in education, healthcare. LATAM. I don't even know what that is. Real transactions via PayBridge ZBEC card. Regulation storm coming in June. ZBEC's compliance first model may thrive while others fail. ZBEC real utility institutional rails compliant ready. ZBEC's positioning for something big. We should all pay close attention. Maybe we should. That's actually interesting. ZBEC is quietly building backbone of Web3 payments with the Circle acquisition by Coinbase or Ripple could send it to the moon. Here's why you need to watch ZBEC Network in the next bull run. ZBEC's partnership with Circle powers its real-time streaming and crypto debit cards. So they did partner with Circle. I thought that they were still in talks with Coinbase. And I'm not reading all this. It's on my page. Come check the page out if you want to get that information. Let's see here. So where were we? Da 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 da. ZBEC creating millionaires. ZBCN. What did I invest in? The project is moving in unexpectedly. Was it already in the works to move? I would say it was already good to go. And how are you investing in something you don't freaking know what you're investing in? Come on, guys. You're freaking killing us. Hey, there's 2 freaking pages? Wait a minute. Okay, no, all right. Tripping. That was their page. Let me go back to the posting. We keep losing the place. The real ones knew it was a matter of time ZBEC QH would be in talks with Ripple. It was never ZBCN versus Ripple. It was always ZBCN and XRP. Let the magic unfold in front of us between an interesting 2025. I know we just warming up. We are just warming up. ZBEC and Ripple. I should use that as a thumbnail. Uh, that's actually pretty cool. I wish Ripple to $100. I mean XRP. I'm tripping. I'm a honest. So this is the article. This is the Twitter page. 261.7 thousand followers. What the what? This is a AMA they had. They appear to be having a lot of AMAs. What is this? We stood. How long is this?
And I was introduced to looking about.
What stood out to me was ZBEC's mission to redefine the payroll industry. We're proud to have acquired PayBridge in 2023 and integrated our tech with Assure HCM, combining Web3 tools with real-world payroll in the U.S. Let's see, we might have to turn this bad boy up a little bit. Let me see if we can find that volume ticker. There we go. Let's see.
When you're talking about partnership with ZBEC and PGP, like why did you decide to make that move and partner with ZBEC? One of the things when you have a payroll company like mine, we were getting calls every day or emails from different private equity groups about making an acquisition. And I was introduced to ZBEC through a consultant. And really what stood out to me is their mission to redefine the payroll industry, really resonated with me. The ability to provide a better use experience for our clients and for our payroll users. That's awesome. We're talking about partnership with ZBEC and PGP. Like, why did you decide to make that move and partner with ZBEC? One of the things when you have a payroll company like mine, we were getting calls every day or emails from different private equity groups about making an acquisition. And I was introduced to ZBEC through a.
Okay, I think this is the CEO of PayBridge. This is another video. See what they're
A
talking
better
about.
product. If you
ZBEC cards aren't just send cards. They're a recruitment tool. Our M&A strategy is to let us drop real-time pay and ZBEC cards into the industry like healthcare, where getting paid at the end of each shift is a game changer. Believe that. Tune in Wednesday for Uphold Spaces. See what these guys are talking about.
talking about infrastructure and you're also talking about bringing users into the ZBEC ecosystem, why not provide a better product in terms of infrastructure with a payroll product and also onboard a whole load of additional users to things that you're working with? I think it's such a very clever, shrewd move, man.
Selling payroll on an organic basis, it takes a lot of time, right? Long sales cycles, very sticky client base. So M&A for us was a hack. We acquired a captive customer base where we could then slowly introduce our products. Certain industries value the Zebek cards, right? They want the pay cards. Other industries really value the real-time payroll and getting paid a couple of days early. So, for example, healthcare industries where people are working in shifts, being able to tell them that, hey, you get paid every day at the end of your shift, it's a game changer, and employers are able to use this as a recruiting and a retention tool to tell that their employees have these benefits of working for them.
If you're talking about infrastructure and you're also talking about bringing users into the ZBEC ecosystem, why not provide a better product in terms of infrastructure with a payroll product and also onboard?
I don't know why I keep letting that video run. Let's see what else is on here. We're live today with Solana Spaces and Coin NYC giving away preloaded ZBEC carbon cards, airdropping Bert. Come through and get some cards. That would have been nice to know before today, actually. Let's see, look at the bubbles. ZBCN is up 20.4. Cat Dog and a dog with a hat is up 14.7. Putty Penguins 9.6 or 9.7. AI XBT's up 8.3. Archblock 9.3. Fartcoin 9.6. Why didn't I get the Fartcoin when I had the chance? Metals 4.4. Brett 7.5. Mog 6.7. Flucky 3.9. Peanuts up 10.4. FET is up 8.2. Kato, whatever this is, 13.8. Nero's up 1.9. Near's up 2.2. Ethereum Classic 2.8. Bond 3.6. Scala 2.6. 3.95. ADA Cardano 3.4. Snakes up 6. GigaChad 3.4. Links 2.4. I guess that's mostly it. This is supposed to be showing us ZBEC on the. Oh, that's wild. Dang it. I think that was it too. I think I hit the wrong. What? So let me know in the comments how long you guys have been in ZBCN. Did you get it? Wow, that's what I was meant talking about. This was at one point ZBC, and they had a tool that I think you had a 1 to 10 migration from ZBC to ZBCN. Currently, it's up 20.21%. Market cap is up 21%. 24-hour trading volume is up 103% to 21.9 mil won. Market cap is 190.4 mil won. Currently at 0024. See here, any news? Always bullish on ZBEC. It sink in. XCN blew up from nowhere when price discovery happened. Went from 002 to almost 4 cents very fast. Here is the sink in part. ZBCN only had about 12,000 holders. ZBCN has 52,000. What? Right now, ZBCN is growing by almost 200 holders every single day. What? Shut the front door. I see if there's holder information, but I don't know. Buy ZBCN now. You can get 1 million tokens for a decent price. If the bull run goes wild and Q3, possible ZVEC to hit 50 cents. It's not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So Live CoinWise doesn't even have the market cap. Trading volume is 31.6 mil won. Currently, it is down 1.64% in the hour. It is up 21.43 on a day. 53.5 in the last 7 days, 153.7 in the last 9 days, and 41.7 for the last 90 days. Definitely picking some more of this up. New day. So this is their homepage, decentralized infrastructure, streamless flows for real-time real world values, which are RWAs. So this is the RWA payment, real-time payroll cross border, silver card, spend your crypto anytime, anywhere. Black card, reloadable and limitless. DPN network, interoperable blockchain infrastructure, and ZBEC POS device. 50,000 monthly on and off chain users, 250 enterprise payroll clients. Payroll volume 1 billion in 188 countries. So this is kind of interesting here. So let's look at the chart real quick. So on the 5-minute chart, look, we've got a couple green candles holding steady at the 002. Look like it's been down but it's coming down for us to pick it up. Looks like it is midway 60.5 for the RSI based moving average. And for RSI, it is 58.9. Had a MACD cross, so we're losing volume on the 5-minute. On the 15-minute chart, at a MACD cross, looks like we're adding volume. RSI is relatively high at 64.2. RSI base MA is 65.6 on a 15-minute. On the hour chart, very bullish, nothing but green candles, a couple of pullbacks, pushing that 0.024. RSI is above 70s on the hour. It's pushing up on the RSI based moving average, and we're building volume. Looks like the MACDs are far apart, so the volume will keep running. 4-hour chart, nothing but green here. This is a pretty decisive chart here, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and payroll special. The RSI is above 70. That's crazy. That is crazy. This is crazy work above 75, man. The moving average, RSI based moving average is 63, which is also pretty high, but above 70 in anything is relatively parabolic. So keep an eye on that. And looks like we're building volume on the 4-hour chart as well. I just want to look at the day chart for grins. Looks like they've been steadily moving up past couple of days to the 002. So let me know what you guys think about it. Just made some more moves to add 1 million tokens. I'm about to be making some moves myself. Who is this? Who is this? Robert Coleman. Let's see. Stop this guy.
ZBEC Network, ZBCN, ZBEC Network doing well
Dang
over
it.
the last, obviously the last
Hello.
month, up 132%.
Oh,
Really doing
I didn't know
ZBCN
one
the
plan.
last, doing well over the last 7 days, obviously the last month, up 132%. Really doing well.
I hate when multiple videos are playing at the same time. Oh, so we did already have that. Never mind.
When it comes to my ZBCN holdings, it must
Hold this guy. Let's figure out, you know how we do. Go with the hold this video first. There is something I saw. The number one hater was talking about it. See if I can find him again. Uh, we'll see what Caesar the Czar is saying. But I don't want to
What's
start
going
with
on,
the
everybody?
best.
It's your boy Cesar, and we are talking about ZBCN. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. Right? It's
Let me see. We'll start with Lee. See what Lee
never
has to
dip
say.
below 1 million, hypothetically, for this bull run. Even though nothing I say is financial advice, why is that, right? It's because the way to take a look at it is that 1 million, that's crucial for me. I'm not talking about $1 million, by the way. I'm talking about 1 million like ZBCN. Now, why do I think that is, very crucial? It's because if ZBCN were to go to the price of 10 cents, then at that point, 1 million ZBCN would theoretically be worth $100,000. Again, many people think it's not good enough, but you have to consider that I'm not only just holding ZBCN, I'm holding a bunch of other projects. And not to mention, ZBCN, I view it as like a miniature version of XRP and XLM. So it's a must have for me. Again, I'm not telling anyone to buy ZBCN or anything like that. I'm just saying how I feel. But the way to take a look at it is that ZBEC encompasses all the sectors that people want to look for as of right now. And it's focused on all the sectors that have a lot of attention and could maybe gain a lot of attention moving forward. Because what do people like usually, right? They like AI. ZBEC has an aspect of that, focus on AI-based PayFi. People like projects that are similar to XRP and XLM, focus on global trade and finance, focus on the payments market. ZBEC is focused on that too. Not to mention people like, projects that have an aspect of RWAs. This is a big thing now. Just take a look at, for instance, a project like Ondo that's pretty much focused on RWAs. Take a look at how well that's doing. Zebic has an aspect of that too, focused on RWA payments. Not to mention people like, projects that have good partnerships. Zebic partners with Visa, MasterCard, allegedly, right? Of course, Bank of America, JP Morgan. I mean, that's very amazing. Not to mention as well, people like projects that have a good backing. And take a look at Zebic, even though it's not directly the backing, but just take a look at the investors, Solana Ventures, and as well as something like Circle, which is the creator of USDC. So just take a look at that, right? All the things that have a lot of hype and things that could maybe even gain more attention, like for instance, in the AI space or whatever, right? During a fully fledged bull run, Zebic has that. So is Zebic a gimmicky project? Is it bad? No, I don't think so. I think it's very rock solid. The community is not necessarily the largest out there in terms of like the numbers, right? But it's very passionate, and I do like that. I like these type of projects that have a very passionate community. And we have to think about this as well. ZBCN, in terms of exchange listings, it's very good. Could it be better? Yeah. Why not, right? But then it's really good already. It has the recipe of what could hypothetically become something very special during a fully fledged bull run. So when it comes to owning at least 1 million ZBCN, it's a must have for me, in my opinion. Some people out there, they may be thinking that, okay, this bull run is taking too long. ZBCN, okay, it had a good pump, but when is the next leg up going to happen? Now, in my opinion, things do tend to pump when we least expect it to do so. But you know what? We can take a look at some predictions of some very famous individuals. And I'm not going to mention every single one, but I'm just going to use one very famous example. Take a look at Charles Hoskinson, co-founder of Ethereum, founder of Cardano. When it comes to Charles back in November of last year, he said 1 to 2 years from then, he could very well see Bitcoin reaching anywhere between $250,000 all the way up to $500,000. So you could only imagine that. That's best case scenario November this year, hypothetically, in his prediction, right? Bitcoin reaching at that time frame anywhere between $250,000 all the way up to $500,000. What would happen if Bitcoin were to just at least go to the price of $250,000? At that point, ZBCN at the price of 10 cents wouldn't even seem too far-fetched. It may seem actually a little bit bearish at that point, but that's just the way to take a look at it. But this is all time will tell type of scenario. But with the way cryptos are heading as of right now, if this is prolonged for the number of months to come, right, leading up all the way until near the end of this year, let's say seeing 10 cents when it comes to ZBCN in 2025, it wouldn't seem too far-fetched to me. This is just the way to take a look at it. So as of right now, what can I control? Myself. And that is just by accumulating, holding, and just waiting. That's it. The market's going to wake up when it wants to wake up, but I don't want to miss out on that. I didn't miss out on ZBCN before, and I don't definitely want to miss out on it when it hypothetically has that next leg up. So of course, I'm going to be accumulating, holding, and just waiting. Keep in mind, my minimum is going to always be 1 million ZBCN, but there's no max, there's no maximum amount. It's not like, oh, if I reach 10 million ZBCN, I'm going to quit. No. If I can accumulate more than 10 million, why not? That's the way to take a look at. Of course, it's a work in progress, but I'm just saying that's the way I view it. I'm not going to stop at a certain amount, even though 1 million is my minimum. You know what I mean? When it comes to ZBCN holdings, not $1 million, of course. But again, the market's going to do what it's going to do. 10 cents wouldn't surprise me whatsoever during this bull run. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. Greatly appreciate it. It's only the captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.
So that was Lee the captain and his ZBCN updates. What up, Johnny B? ZBEC to the moon and beyond. This is bags only. ZBN, the next leg up for ZBEC Net.
ZBEC Network,
Massive.
ZBCN, doing well over the last month, up 132%. Really doing well over the last 7 days, really being consistent. I mean, if you look at this 7-day chart, it's an extremely healthy looking 7-day chart, and the trading volume is up 30%. Market cap sitting still under 200 million. If we look at the last month, it is up 132%, and continuing to climb. But market cap up 178 million, trading volume 14 million, up 30%. Again, great healthy looking chart. If you're familiar with ZBCN, or if you've seen me talk about ZBCN, you know my bullish outlook on it. I think in the space sector that it's in fintech, I think it has so much upside this cycle. Talking about where it is right now, and kind of the industry and the sector niche, I guess, that they're looking to enter and do very very well in payroll processing, even WRA repayments, remittances, so many things inside the ZBEC ecosystem that they're working on that I think will have a ton of upside, and provide real world value to society, right? That's in what we're talking about with utility cryptos this cycle, heading into this essentially altcoin season. ZBEC doing well. Also, if you are looking to get a piece of the Solana pie, this is on Solana. Holder count as well continues to grow. 50,000 holders pretty easily. We're talking about was not even that long ago, May 17th, or actually let's go as far as we can see, May 15th. So about 1,000 new holders in about 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks, about 2 weeks actually. It's continuing to grow, and I think people, when you're seeing this price rise, is when I think less holders come in, because people do, smart investors will DCA. But again, nonetheless, 0022 at the time of this video. We looked at the last year. It's been a weird kind of year for ZBCN. A lot of peaks and valleys. All time, ZBCN when it first got listed on at least CoinMarketCap did hit 002 to really get close back to those levels. So nonetheless, very healthy, very very healthy 1 month chart. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about ZBCN. But let's just get into a few of these updates. They have a spaces going on, I believe, right now with Simon, this one of the executives at ZBCN, and then Uphold's head of research. They dive into all things ZBEC, emerging U.S. trends, etc. So again, I don't want to join this. I guess we could just join it right now. Yeah, we won't join it right now. But again, me recording this video, they're having a spaces right now with the head of research at Uphold, which obviously is a crypto exchange. I don't think it's actually considered an exchange. Someone was telling me that it's not an exchange, but nonetheless, you can buy and trade and sell ZBCN on Uphold, and they're doing spaces right now. So again, they'll probably be recorded. Highly recommend tapping into the spaces to see kind of what they're talking about. But I did just want to share a few tweets with you guys. Even Uphold actually, I think, posted this, right? So this is going to be live. I think if I refresh this tweet, the spaces is live. But I'm going to tap in with this video. This spaces right after this video. But we look here at a few tweets I just wanted to share. Again, shout out to Generational WTH on Twitter. I mean, we're talking about, if you're bullish, need to learn more about ZBCN, highly recommend checking out this tweet here. I will put a link to this tweet by this Twitter account, Generational WTH, in the description below. This is elite bullish DD, in my opinion. But again, I mean, you can just pause the video and take a look at kind of the bullish and positive catalyst that ZBCN has right now currently, and kind of what they are offering to investors, right? As far as an entire ecosystem that's pretty much ready to go and ready to change and disrupt a lot of billion-dollar industries. All right. So again, I'll put a link to this tweet in the description. I just wanted to share this because this is elite, in my opinion. And then this tweet here, shout out to Crypto Boss 1984. Bar Capital, early backers of Facebook and Solana, is now bidding on big on ZBCN. Wallet holders have doubled in the last 60 days. Real-time payroll and partnerships, MasterCard, Future Finance, etc. And again, it's shouldn't be surprising. If we even look here, we don't even have a Coinbase listing. We don't have a Binance listing. Most of the trading is happening on OKX, and BitGet, MEXC, Crypto.com exchange, etc. So without a Coinbase or Binance listing, ZBCN volume is doing well. Holder count continues to grow. We're talking about upside here. Again, I'm just comparing it to Bonk for market cap purposes, but 1.6 billion market cap is an 8x. At a 4 billion market cap, it's a 22x, around 4 cents. So again, so much upside here, sitting under 200 million market cap. Please drop a like, hit the subscribe button, you guys. Let me know in the comments below if ZBCN. As always, have a great day.
So shout out to Bags Only. moving forward, this is Caesar gets crypto. Let's see what he has to say real quick. Let me see. See what kind of volume he's working with.
It's the 21st of May.
Wow. Creators. Create some volume here, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Get some volume on the videos.
Right about 0022 right now, and you're just breaking out of this. I want to give my thoughts on this because I think, people might wonder, what does this mean? Is this the real deal? Is it not? Are we going to go down? What does it mean if we do go down? What if by the time I watch this video, we're down here? Is that a bad thing? We're going to go over all these scenarios because I think that it's very important what's happening right here for you to not mess it up, right? And none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just going to tell you what I very much think is going to happen right here. I think you are at the beginning. I think you're at the very beginning of something miraculous is what's happening here, right? You're at higher prices now than you've seen for most of your life, higher prices now than you've seen since June of 2024. It's been almost a year since you've been up here. You've really fought, first off, you really fought this area as resistance, right? Even going out over to here, even after you broke above it here, you fought it as resistance time and time again for the predominant part of your life. You broke out of it recently after finding a double bottom at your all-time lows. Double bottom, immaculate growth. Some of the highest prices you'd seen in about a year's time, right off of the double bottom from your all-time low. Beautiful. That's exactly the kind of recovery you want to see. Not only that, you back tested the area that's been holding you down for about the past year. You back tested it and found support, immaculate support. You're basically doing the same thing off of this area that you did off of this area. You're just beginning, man. Your daily RSI is just now getting in the overbought zone. So here we are at 00227. What happens if we pull back to 002 or even a little bit lower? What happens is you're going to bounce off of prior areas of support. If you go down that low, down to 0018, you're going to bounce off of prior areas of resistance. If you go down that low to 0019 or prior areas of support back here, prior resistance right there, prior resistance right there. If you go lower from here, if you see any volatility or experience that at all, it's an opportunity to buy. It is certainly not an opportunity to sell. And I very much do not believe that we're going to see any kind of heavy retracement from here. But what about bearish divergence, Cesar? Don't you see the bearish divergence on the daily time frame? It's not bearish divergence. Yes, it is a high and a lower high. Yes, this is a high and a higher high, and that is bearish divergence, but it's not bearish divergence until you get a red day to confirm it, right? And likely it's not bearish divergence at all anyways, even if we do get a red day to confirm it, because this high is higher than this high, is higher than this high, is higher than that high. You know what I mean? Like it's all the bearish divergence would have been here, but you didn't get that even. Like it's not bearish divergence. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Really what this is this is the first day, if you close here or higher, that you're getting into the overbought zone. It's the first day that you're closing above this range that's been holding you down now since February of 2025. And the first day really that you're probably going to truly break away from this range that you've been held down under for over a year now, for about a year now. You're really truly separating from it, right? You broke out, or you had a very impulsive move up, you back tested, and now you're breaking out. Now you're getting that breakout move. I don't think this stops moving. You're not going to find another consolidation phase like this or like this. Any kind of consolidation phase, I don't think you're going to seriously consolidate until you're at new all-time highs. That's what's happening right here. Okay, so don't get worried. Don't get swept away with any of the volatility that could ensue as a result of this, right? You really could. And I'm not saying that you will move down. I'm just saying if by the time you watch this video, you're back below 0.002, it's a time to buy. It's a miracle. You got a freaking miracle coming your way, giving you an opportunity to buy before this thing really takes off. We look at the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour just got overbought. This 1 hour RSI is super dominant to the upside. Absolutely it is. Look at all that. All the readings above the 50. You can't even get below the 40. You won't get oversold, or you're getting overbought. Beautiful. 4 hour time frame, probably the same thing. Yeah, look at that. Stupendous. Miraculous. It looks ferocious, and it looks like it's just getting started. Same thing with the daily time frame. My expectation here would be, since you're seeing some of the most dominant price action that you've seen probably in your entire life, you're going to get some of the highest readings in the RSI that you've seen in your entire life. I wouldn't be surprised if you ran up here. It looks like you're going to stop right here, as you have throughout your entire life. And with this next move, you break through this area of resistance in the RSI. You actually get above the 85 for once in your damn life on the daily RSI. I think that's what's happening. And if that happens, you're likely going to follow through. You're going to see this kind of behavior. I think this is a bull flag in all aspects of the word. Maybe it started here. Maybe it starts down there. I don't know. But if this is a bull flag, you'd probably go all the way up to about like half a cent which that's well above new all-time highs. We take a high here to a low there. We go high, 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 right there. High to low, that's right there. That measure move would be pretty damn close to your golden ratio. So 0042, 0045, that's your measure move kind of area right there. But maybe you don't stop there. Maybe you press higher and you go to 0057, 0065, something like this. These are all targets that could happen realistically over the next 2 weeks. Like genuinely over the next 2 weeks, you could be at least 42% of a dollar, or no, sorry, of a penny, 42%, 42% of a penny, 0.0042, or a little bit over half of a penny, 65% of a penny. I don't think that you'd be up more than 0065 before you consolidate again, but you could be. I would think more so you see this move. It's going to happen. Most of it's going to happen by the end of May. You'll probably in June find your top. Maybe it'll be around here. Maybe it'll be around here. Early June, you'll consolidate again, much like you just did here. And then in the end of June, middle of June, late part of June, that's whenever you're going to see your final finale phase that'll take you higher. It'll probably be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 phase move, which could potentially end at 1 cent. Is that right? Yeah, 1.3 cent could be your minimum target area. I don't have a problem with that. 1.3 cent could be where you stop ultimately. Yes. If not there, then you're going to go to 1.75 cents to 2.2 cents. And if not there, we're going all the way up to 4 cents, 5 cents, and it's really hard to guess where you're going to go, because the reality is, you guys, you could go higher than that. I mean, we don't know. This thing has a lot of pent up aggression. It's about to let it out to the upside. But all I can say is I'm very confident that you at least see 1.3 cents. I'm very confident in that. As far as what you could see at the most, dude, you could see 10 cents. You could see 12 cents. I don't know. Maybe you stop at 4 cents, 5 cents. I really don't know. But at a minimum, I would expect 1.3 cents by the end of June, if not early July. But so if that's my minimum target, I guess likely you'd probably see something that's around, if not above 2 cents. It would be my guess, and that's the money zones there. So that's a strong probability. But if you don't stop at 2.2 cents, you don't stop right there at 2.3 cents, 2.2 cents, whatever, you're likely not stopping until you hit 4 cents, which would be miraculous in itself. From here, that'd be an overall 17x. But I do have a harder time going with that just off the bat, because that already from a low to a high, that would imply this move overall is a 56x, right? We're at the minimum, that would be about an 18x, which is still pretty high. So that's fine at a minimum there. And then over a 20x overall, it's hard to say. It's just really hard to say, because we're dealing with things that are not normal and not a lot of historical data on, right? We're in uncharted territory as of now, or at least barely charted territory, about to hit uncharted territory. Regardless of what happens, where it stops, it's just getting started now. You've got a lot of growth to go, and I'm really excited for Zebek and all the Zebekans out there who are going to make a lot of money on this. Shout out to Crypto Future. I wanted to say Crypto Rob. Crypto Rob's a different guy. If you guys know who Crypto Rob is, shout out to Crypto Future though. Crypto Rob, what was his channel name, man? Maybe it was just Crypto Rob. I don't know. He's a weird guy living in the Philippines, but he's a cool guy. He's a cool guy. Just kind of odd, I guess.
Who the freak is Crypto Rob? No.
We all are, aren't we? Anyways, hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here.
I guess everyone is a little weird, but who is Crypto Rob? Let me know when you guys get a chance. So I guess we'll go with Money in Me real quick and shut it down for the evening. Let me see. See here. Who is this? Who's Lip Capital? Let's see here. Just checking out the other videos for. Oh, well, they got their own channel? What's this? No way. So let's check this guy. Where were we? Let's see Money and Me real quick. Those guys don't have a whole channel that's faceless automation. Hmm. Notice over here. There's a little confusion here. Search window. Okay.
We're back, everyone. Today, we're taking a closer look at one of the more quietly evolving projects in the crypto space, ZBEC Network, ZBCN.
Okay, let's go back to Money and Me real quick. Get the sound card boosted and see what Money and Me has to say. I think he had a video yesterday as well.
Recently broke through that nasty resistance area and is chilling above it. So is this the start of a very vicious run that's going to 10x, maybe even more, and making a lot of investors super rich? That's what we need to talk about in today's video. But remember, nothing here is financial advice. I can always be wrong, so make sure you guys do your own research. Now, before I get into the video, for anyone that's looking for a great crypto exchange, make sure you check out my link to BTCC. You get 10% bonus on first-time deposits, extra bonuses up to $10,000. No VPN, no KYC. If you're someone that trades using leverage, you get to use up to 500x leverage. The link is going to be in my description down below for anyone that is interested in that. But let's kick things off by taking a look here at the crypto bubbles and see how we're looking on the day. So pretty much every single coin in the market is green right now. The market is looking absolutely fantastic. Bitcoin is actually sitting at like all-time highs. I think the last time I checked it was somewhere around $109,000. So it's just absolutely beautiful. The only thing is, when you take a look at some of the top players in the crypto space, they're not really taking off that much. You see 4% on Bitcoin, which is up, but for a market cap that's over 2 trillion, that's massive. That's a massive move. You see 4% on Ethereum. You see XRP up 3.5%, BNB 4%, 5%. So if you hold anything in the top 10 on CoinMarketCap, you're not really making that much money. Matter of fact, I have to keep scrolling down until you see something that's over 10%, and that is a meme coin, Pepe. It's up 12%. Continue to scroll down. You're not really seeing much movements in the market for a lot of the top 50 coins on CoinMarketCap. You see Fetch, which is up 14%. But ZBCN is up actually a lot more than all these coins in the top 50 here on CoinMarketCap, and I do think that it's getting really ready to go on a pretty sizable run. I want to go over a few things before I actually pull up the charts. So first off, let's go over to X here and go through a few things. So this person posted 3 hours ago. Who else is watching the ZBCN chart like me? I'm waiting to see if it will go past 0.003, right? And at that point, it was sitting at 0.0020, and it's actually up higher than that. And then they also posted this, Zebec and Ripple in talks for a potential product. We'll see about that. And then this right here, ZBCN is 12% away from all-time highs. And if you continue to scroll, you see something kind of interesting, actually. Let me find this for you. This one down here. So Uphold, head of research, bold claim. Zebec is like XRP without the lawsuit. Now, I listened to this, and they were talking about how XRP would have been a lot further, but because of the lawsuit, they were held back. And now we got a product like ZBCN, which isn't being held back by anything. So it's doing all the right moves. It's making all the right partnerships. Nothing is holding it down. The community is actually here right now for ZBCN, and it's only building every single day, and we can see it in the price action, right? So ZBCN, again, is like XRP without the lawsuit, basically, like what they said in the spaces, if you guys actually listen to that. So this is very interesting times. And what's even more interesting is the fact that we are still early. Because if you take a look at the market cap, which I'm going to pull up in just a second, it's still early. That's what's very, very funny about this. Like, I absolutely love it. Now, if we go over to CoinMarketCap over here, we can see that the price is currently sitting at 0.002278. It's actually up a little bit more than that, I believe, when I pull up TradingView in just a second, but it's up over 14% on the day. The market cap is 180 million. So that is still super small, super small. You check out the volume in the last 24 hours, this thing is up almost 42%. Absolutely incredible. And this person here to the right says ZBCN finally reaching towards most weighted target. Are you printing? Yeah, it's about to happen. It looks like 4 hours ago. Let's pump this giant, guys. Build up your bags. Get ready for imminent takeoff. Absolutely. And what's remarkable is you check out the exchanges that it's on. It's on some pretty big exchanges, but still missing Binance and it's still missing Coinbase. And the traction that this thing has been gaining It's only a matter of time before it gets a potential Binance and or Coinbase listing, and then we just take off. So I hope for anyone that's been following my ZBCN videos, hopefully you got into this thing around the same price as us, around like a $75 million market cap. Even still, even if you missed the boat, it's only sitting at 180 million. The only problem is right now it's sitting at the top of the charts because as we can see here, yeah, it has broken through those resistance area, which I have talked about many times. So I already have them circled in around here, 0.0021. And yeah, that area has been a nasty resistance for quite some time. We go all the way back out to May 29th of 2024. All right, even further back a little bit, May 7th, 2024. But the next target right now that we need to reach is 0.0037, and then after that I think we're going to it's going to get very, very interesting here, guys. Very interesting. In my video yesterday I spoke about how we were in this inverse head and shoulder pattern. I drew it in for you guys yesterday, this inverse head and shoulder pattern right there. And let's see if that pattern fully plays out. Let's see what the next target for ZBCN is, or are we already there? Nope, we still have ways to run. So I do believe we're headed right now anyways up to 0.0025. That's where I think we're about to head. We're going to see how this thing actually plays out. As long as Bitcoin holds where it's holding right now and doesn't break below $100,000, but I don't see that happening. Definitely not within the next 24 hours or anything. Let's take a look at this indicator. So yesterday, I actually showed you guys this. Was it yesterday? No. Yeah, yesterday I showed you guys this bullish momentum that was fired again on ZBCN. And this was fired on May 19th. The one prior to that, which I also showed you guys, if you guys have been watching my ZBCN videos, the last bullish momentum prior to that was here on April 28th. And then we saw this thing take off. May 19th, another bullish momentum, and then we broke through that nasty resistance area. So things are looking very strong and very healthy for this thing. And I strongly believe this is just the beginning for this project. What I want to know is, how bullish are you guys on ZBCN? Do you think that we're going to break through the all-time highs? Let's check out the all-time highs here, because when it first came onto the scene, this thing was at, I think it might have been 0.003. Let's check this out. So the all-time highs here, 0.0034. So do you think we're about to break 0.0034 and just go on a absolute parabolic rally? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. But to me, things are looking absolutely fantastic here. You know, the name of the game is to get into these projects super early before everyone already catches on, because if you find that every single person on YouTube is talking about a specific coin, then at that point you need to realize that it's just way too late. The rally has already happened and you need to look for another opportunity. What we're experiencing with ZBCN right now is the beginning of a potential super rally that could actually end up happening. And then at that point, everyone is going to be talking about it. And then at that point, I'm going to say it's too late to get into this thing. But as of right now, things are looking very good here. Not a lot of people are fully aware of this thing yet, but it's only a matter of time. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out a few of the links that I have down below.
So shout out to my main man, Money and Me, with the ZBEC rally, which is apparently closer than we think it is. It's a 2-minute video. It's not anymore. Looking at, we're definitely not doing no hour. I'm not even sure if this is even English. Who is this? It's another hour video. What's up with the hour-long lives for ZBEC? Let's go. Parabolic. This is Mellow. Crypto Melon Analyst? We got a couple minutes. What do you think? Crypto Melon Analyst. Check out this actual.
While it may not be making daily headlines or boasting billion-dollar market caps just yet, ZBEC is carving out a niche for itself in a very important sector, real-time finance. So, whether you're a seasoned crypto investor, a DeFi explorer, or someone just curious about where the future of money is headed, this is a breakdown you don't want to miss. Let's begin with the present. As of today, ZBEC Network is trading at 0.01178, showing no change in value over the last 24 hours. That might sound dull on the surface, no dramatic surge or devastating dip, but in crypto, stability can sometimes signal strength. When a token holds its ground despite market volatility, it tells us that buyers and sellers are closely matched. It's a moment of pause, a consolidation that often precedes the next big move. Now let's talk numbers that matter. ZBEC's 24-hour trading volume sits at $11.39 million, which for a token with a relatively small market cap is a significant figure. It signals healthy liquidity and trading activity. With a market capitalization of $90.65 million, ZBEC comfortably fits within the microcap category. Big enough to have attention, but small enough to still be early. Interestingly, despite the impressive trading activity, on its market dominance remains at 0.00%, meaning it hasn't yet carved out a slice of the total crypto market capitalization. But this may change as adoption grows. Looking back at price history gives us a clearer sense of ZBEC's volatility and potential. The project reached its all-time high on April 23, 2024, when it was trading at 0.0327s. That peak likely followed a period of high investor optimism, perhaps due to a major announcement or a general altcoin rally. Fast forward to August 5, 2024, and we see the token hit its all-time low of 0.0696, a stark reminder of how unforgiving the market can be. What's more interesting, though, is how ZBEC responded after that crash. From that low, the price rebounded significantly, climbing as high as 0.2166 during its most recent recovery cycle. This shows us that despite fluctuations, there is resilience built into the ZBEC community and use case. Now, despite this recovery, the price prediction sentiment for ZBEC remains bearish. That means most technical indicators and trader outlooks currently lean toward a cautious or downward trend. But here's the twist. When we look at the broader market sentiment through the Fear and Greed Index, we see a rating of 71, which falls in the greed zone. This suggests that although ZBEC itself is facing some skepticism, the larger crypto space is buzzing with bullish energy. That disconnect could be an opportunity in disguise. When a project like ZBEC lags behind while broader sentiment is greedy, it might be poised for a catch-up rally. Let's shift to tokenomics, which is often the heartbeat of a crypto project. ZBEC currently has a circulating supply of 76.96 billion tokens out of a maximum supply of 100 billion. So roughly 77% of all possible ZBCN tokens are already in circulation. But here's something that deserves attention. The annual inflation rate stands at 51.25%. That means in just 1 year, 26.08 billion new tokens entered the market. For investors, this can be both a concern and an opportunity. High inflation typically places downward pressure on price unless demand grows at a similar pace. However, if those tokens are being strategically used for ecosystem incentives, staking rewards, or development, then they could strengthen the network in the long term rather than dilute its value. In terms of monthly performance, ZBEC has actually held up fairly well. Over the past 30 days, it has risen by 18.5% in USD terms, which reflects growing interest or recovery in market perception. But the broader context reveals more. When priced against Ethereum, ZBEC is down 24.87%, and against Bitcoin BTC, it's down 3.75%. That tells us that while ZBCN has appreciated in dollar terms, it's underperforming against the leading digital assets. Some investors see this as a red flag, but others view it as a bargain entry point. After all, catching up to BTC and ETH in the next wave could lead to outsized returns. But let's zoom out a little. What exactly is ZBEC Network trying to solve? At its core, ZBEC is a continuous payment protocol built on Solana, aiming to redefine how money flows. In today's world, we're used to fixed intervals, weekly wages, monthly rent, annual subscriptions. ZBEC challenges that model with the concept of streaming payments. Imagine getting paid by the second instead of waiting 2 weeks for your salary. Or imagine a subscription that charges you only for the time you actually use a service, down to the second. That's what ZBEC enables, and it's not just theoretical. Real companies and DAOs are already testing and implementing these streaming features to power payrolls, treasury management, and recurring payments. And because it's built on Solana, ZBEC enjoys some serious advantages: blazing fast speeds and negligible transaction fees. That's important because when you're dealing with high-frequency micropayments, even tiny transaction costs can add up quickly. Solana allows ZBEC to operate with both precision and efficiency, making it a viable solution for real-world financial flows. Looking ahead, the future of ZBEC depends on a few critical factors. First, how quickly can it onboard real users, DAOs, startups, enterprises who need real-time payment infrastructure? Second, will ZBEC expand to other chains and ecosystems like Ethereum L2s to grow its reach? And third, how does it plan to manage token inflation in a way that rewards early adopters without alienating future investors? There's also the regulatory landscape to consider. Streaming payments touch on labor laws, financial regulations, and tax considerations. As this model gains traction, ZBEC will need to stay nimble and compliant without losing its decentralized edge. Final thoughts? ZBEC Network might not be the loudest project on your Twitter feed, but it's solving a very real problem with a very elegant solution. Yes, there are challenges: high inflation, bearish sentiment, and stiff competition, but there's also enormous potential. If ZBEC can scale smartly, maintain its technological edge, and continue to find real-world use cases, this could be a project that redefines how we think about money and time. If you found this breakdown useful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date with our ongoing coverage of everything crypto, from hidden gems and rising stars to deep dive analyses and market psychology. Your support keeps this channel growing, and it means the world to us. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.
Bitcoin has hit a new all-time high. Of course, we're going to be breaking this down for you guys and tell you what's going to happen.
So shout out to the ZBEC
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're taking a closer look at one of the more quiet
from the ZBEC Today YouTube page, I guess. But I guess that's too long of a video. I'm just double checking, triple checking, quadruple checking to see if we didn't miss anything here real quick. And if not, we will shut it down. I actually do like this Lift Capital. Where'd it go? That's weird. I was just looking at it. Look at Money and Me from a couple of days ago.
Right now. We'll discuss that in today's video, but remember, nothing here is financial advice. I can always be wrong, so make sure you guys do your research. Before I get into the video, if you're looking for a great crypto exchange, make sure you check out my link to BTCC. You get 10% bonus on first-time deposits, extra 500x leverage on some of these coins. They've been around for over 13 years. Great platform. Check them out. The link will be in my description down below. But getting into the video here, if we take a look at the crypto bubbles, and whenever I talk about ZBCN, I always like to show you the crypto bubbles for a specific reason, because I always say ZBCN goes against the overall market. Even in my last video, if you guys watched my last video yesterday, I think yesterday was a red day, ZBCN was up. Today, we're seeing another red day. ZBCN is up, which I'm going to show you guys in just a second. But it's almost as if anytime we're experiencing a red day, this is when you should go long on ZBCN. But nothing is financial advice. Not telling anyone to open up anything to do with leverage. Leverage is risky and to at your own risk, right? But yes, we're experiencing a red day for the most part in the market here. Pi coin down over 16% now. Wow, this thing has just been taken an absolute beating. Now, if we check out the fear and greed index, 71 greed. So people are still greedy on the market, even though it's pulling back a little bit, but mainly because when you take a look at Bitcoin right now, as I'm recording this video, is sitting at $104,000. So Bitcoin is holding extremely strong. So I expect the altcoins to continue to move in the right direction. All right. As long as Bitcoin remains above 100K, I do think that we are in business still. Not for all altcoins. You got to be in the right altcoins, especially if you can find a altcoin where the market cap is low enough where you can make life-changing returns. My gosh, I think that ZBCN has the potential to be one of those coins, especially because of the space that it's in. Could reach the market cap of like XLM. You know, you never know. Some people are probably even calling for a market cap of XRP, but you never know what's going to end up happening in the crypto space. This space is just wild. But let's get into a few things here. So first off, if we come over to X, this person posted this right here. XRP forged the path. Zebic lights the way. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, people are looking for the next like XRP. Okay, because XRP is sitting in a market cap of like 100 and something billion. The amount of money that needs to continue to pour into that thing for people to even see anywhere close to life-changing returns is just way too much. It requires way too much money for XRP to even double from where the price is at right now. So we got to find a project in the same area, same niche, but have a much smaller market cap. And ZBCN is definitely one of those opportunities in the markets right now. But if we come back over here to X, this person says ZBCN to 5 cents, $1 million crypto opportunity. Yeah, again, you just never know what's going to happen, right? Now, I want you guys to check this out. So someone posted this that I thought was kind of interesting. Why ZBCN might be the smartest play in crypto right now. So real utility, real world fix, tech that bridges Web 2 and Web 3, tokenomics with rocket fuel. I completely agree with that. A sleeping giant waking up, 88% price growth in a month. Just 1 billion market cap puts this at a 10x. Yep. Real projects, real ecosystem. And then down here, it says, don't chase trends, invest in infrastructure. ZBCN is what fintech, DeFi timing looks like. Undervalued, under the radar until now. Now, I disagree when it says don't chase trends, because you have to chase trends. That's what crypto is all about, chasing narrative, hype, all that types of stuff. And I do think that ZBCN fits right into that narrative, right into that sweet spot where people do believe that this is the next XRP, XLM, and this is why ZBCN has been gaining a lot of traction, a lot of momentum has been building. Okay. Now, we are extremely early because the market cap is still extremely small. I'm going to show you guys that in just a second. But again, these are the types of project that you need to look to get into to make those life-changing returns. Now, I'm not saying that anyone should be FOMOing into anything, because FOMO always gets you wrecked. You know, don't buy things at the top, because once the price corrects or Trump comes out and says something, then the market comes all the way down, then you're going to be sweating. You're going to regret your decision for buying at the all-time high. Always look for a deal. Always try to get a better price than the last person. Let someone else pay, you know, get these coins at all-time highs. For you, try to get a deal, even if it's just 1 cent cheaper than the all-time high, which isn't anything. I always look for, you know, pay attention to the charts and try to get on support levels. But still, even if it's 1 cent below the next guy, at least you got a better deal. All right. And that's how I like to operate. But again, nothing's financial advice. Whatever your trading strategy is, I recommend you guys just stick to it. But if we come over here to CoinMarketCap, I want you guys to check this out. So ZBCN is up almost 16% on the day, right? And coming back to the crypto bubbles, red day in the market, right? Red day in the market, you see these coins down 7%, 8%, 3%, 17%. And then we come back over here to ZBCN and it's up like 16% on the day, right? The price is currently sitting at 0.00188. Okay, the volume isn't really saying much on the day. It's down just under 5%. But again, like ZBCN tends to just go in the complete opposite direction of the market. And I'm not even going to hate on that, because if I'm holding, let's say, 10 coins in my portfolio that is red, and I see ZBCN that is green, I can't even complain. I honestly can't complain. This is just, to me, that's kind of cool. This is a great opportunity. Now, we check out the market cap. It's sitting at 144 million market cap. We've been in this thing for a while, at a 75 million market cap, something along the lines of that, right? So that's pretty much the bottom of the charts. So the timing for me was pretty darn incredible, actually. Right now, I'm not saying that you might get it at a $75 million market cap again. That might never actually happen, especially if the market continues to perform the way that the market has been performing. You might not get it that low. So it's time to really just look at great support levels and do a slow DCA if you're interested in this project. Now, if you do get it, if you do see ZBCN at a $75 million market cap, that is the golden opportunity, in my opinion. But a lot has to go wrong. Trump has to tweet something that gets people pissed off or people scared and bring the market back down. And then you get these golden opportunities that you might not get again for an extended period of time. So don't ignore the golden opportunities once they present itself. So if you want to get into ZBCN at a golden opportunity, it's always best to just set your buy alert, set your limit buy alert, so that you don't miss anything. The market could always just wick down and wick back up, and you don't want to miss that. So set your limit buy alerts if you want ZBCN at the golden opportunity, which I'm going to talk about in just a second, or bring up the charts and show you guys where that would be. But you take a look here, you can see that's still on some great exchanges, but it is missing these top, like, heavy hitters like the Binance and the Coinbase. But eventually that might come and the price will just take off from there. And one day you're going to be looking at the crypto bubbles over here, and sometimes you see just one bubble just sticking out like crazy from the rest, just sticking out right in your face. ZBCN might be that bubble one day, so definitely pay attention to that. Right now, if we look at the charts, okay, we can see that ZBCN has been taking off again. So it bottomed out down here at 0.0014. A lot of investors thought the price was going to come crashing down because of a token unlock. And I did say, I don't think the price is going to come down as much as people think it's going to because of the unlock, because these unlocks happen every single month, right? So investors are used to this by now. But if you're new to this project, you just don't understand how this coin actually operates. Okay. Now, the golden zone that I've been talking about is this down here. If you can catch ZBCN at 0007, that is the golden zone. And yeah, it's best to just set your buy alerts so that you don't miss the golden zone if you're looking to get into ZBCN. But right now we can see the price is just taking off. It's absolutely beautiful in my personal opinion. Let's see how what the indicator is showing. So it got this buy zone that was fired on May 13th. I spoke about that in a couple of my recent videos, and we're still in this bullish momentum that was fired on April 28th, right? Bullish momentum fired, ZBCN took off. We're going to see right now, I'm looking for ZBCN to finally break this resistance up here at 0.0021, because if we go all the way back, we can see this was actually a prior very tough resistance. This goes back to February 23rd. So 0.0021, ZBCN needs to break that resistance area and hopefully start making ways towards all-time highs, make new all-time highs, and just take off and never look back. That's what I'm looking forward to happening right now. Okay, but ZBCN looking strong. It could be one of those gem opportunities that people just aren't fully aware of yet, but it is gaining momentum. So we'll see how this thing actually ends up performing. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Check out a few of the links that I have down below. And until next time, take care.
Shout out to my main man, Money and him getting ahead of the curve for the ZBCN. So let me know what you guys think about that as well. And any other questions you have about ZBCN, and is ZBCN going to continue to pump? Been a long day, been crazy. But looks like the altcoin is back. The bull market is getting ready to get explosive, getting ready to get crazy with Bitcoin at an all-time high. Let's see, where is Bitcoin at? Saw a, you gotta be kidding me. I saw a, what is that? I saw a tweet. Somebody mentioned that it was 110. Let me see if we can find that. Okay, that's weird. Let's see what BTC is currently at. Okay, 109.5. And it did get to 110. So the new all-time high was 110. But thanks for joining. Thanks for like, sharing, subscribing, and super chat. Remember to hit your main man BTM up with a super chat or a star or anything. Just trying to keep the lights on here at Turbo Toad Central and BTM Crypto News Network and adding new to the environment, the LBCN network. What up, Billy Nafer? What's going on, bro? What up with you, fam? But as always, it's okay to be different and weird, right? Just be yourself. And remember to stay dangerous. It's your main man, BTM, signing out. And let's get back to the money, guys. Be safe out there. See you when I see you.